Hello friends, Marcy here. I'm going to attempt to protect some of my new Galen leather undyed with leather balm today. This is a plastic container, which is feels plastic. Yeah, it's very, very lightweight. But I'm showing you the before pictures. I also took a photo to see what it looks like. And I also have the Chic Sparrow leather balm. It says it's made from beeswax and shea butter, and this one has cocoa butter, shea butter, and almond oil. So the ingredients are a little different. I'm only going to be using this one today. And let's see. Oh, that's why I took this out, because this one has a metal tin, and I was thinking that was a little different. So okay, selecting smallest. Again, I want to mention that this is the lightest color. All these are undyed, but this one seems to be lighter. I don't know if it's what caused it to be lighter is because it's a molded shape. It's molded into like a 3D rectangular shape, maybe, and it's on a harder surface where these are pliable. I don't know if that has anything to do with the color being lighter. But I'm going to start smallest to largest. I think I'm just going to attempt to do 2 items today. And then I will let them sit for 24 hours and come back to check on the progress. So, let's see. The wallet, actually I ordered the wallet and I put all my important things in here, driver's license and bank card and such, but it was I had too much to fit in this, so I decided to use it as my tote for library cards, gift cards, my Barnes and Noble, Office Depot, that kind of stuff, you know, things that I don't need every day, but I can tuck it inside. Oh, and my oil change, buy 3 get 1 free, I just started a new one, and with the cost of everything, I appreciate having those. So I am going to apply by hand. Let's check the directions on the back. It says ensure that leather goods are clean and dry, and yes, they're dry. Another reason I want to apply this for protection is because in Texas, we're sweating. We have had over 100 days, I'm sorry, 20 days over 100 degrees so far this summer. And that's just like miserable. So one of the reasons I need to protect this is from the heat. And then again, I'm wanting them to have some protection from raindrops if I'm from a building to my vehicle, you know, that kind of stuff. So it says to ensure that they're clean and dry, and they are new, clean and dry. Test a small patch of leather. Start with a small amount. It's best applied by hand and massaged into the leather. And I was planning on doing that. I know others may use like a cloth to put it in. I'm just going to use my hands because my hands need the moisturization as well. So I'm going to massage it into the leather, and then I'll just kind of wipe it lightly with the cloth afterward. I'll let it dry, and then we'll come back tomorrow to see what results we have. And then I'll apply to some more items, and you can go on this journey with me. It says that items should return to their natural shade within 24 hours. Repeat as necessary to protect. So that's good news. If my items can return to this natural shade after 24 hours, that's going to be a plus. And by the way, this pen quiver looks similar, but it's this is honey. It's some kind of honey. I'll have to look it up, but I know this is not the undyed. It's close, but it's some kind of honey color. Just wanted to bring that to your attention. So we're going to open this up for the first time. And well, the warmth of my hands will get it going. And I'm going to start here on the small one. I'm going to try to avoid the cloth around the zipper and just get the material. I was considering doing one side and then leaving it to compare to an untreated side tomorrow. But with the 24-hour drying time, I think I'm just going to go ahead and do the whole thing. We've seen the before and we will check the after. So very quickly, because my hands are very warm, I can get into this. I don't know if you can see. I'm going to press hard and kind of get up quite a bit of product. Not too much, but enough that I think I'm making a difference. So it's melting on my hand, and I'm going to start here on the largest area. Of course, do you see me testing a small area? No. I'm going to start on the largest area and get an even coat, fairly even coat. You can see my fingerprints there where I first press down and then lift away. So this is just some moisturizing conditioner that I will let dry for 24 hours. So next level here, take a swipe. So this part right here is a smoother application than this. I see a lint. I'm gonna wipe that off. And here on the side. Where's that lint again? Okay. All right, let's check this out. You do see the sheen when tilted in the light, just a little bit. So I think that's a good even coat of moisturizer. And I am going to, no, I want to put it here. Here we go again. I'm really pleased with the looks of this Undyed. I'm anxious for the changes over time, excuse me, and the patina to naturally occur with use. And when I do take these items out of my tote, I naturally give them a good rub down with my natural skin oils, top to bottom, both sides. And it's not a chore at all because I love rubbing down leather. It's just like, let me enjoy touching you for a minute. And there we go on this side. So you can see some stroke lines or some maybe patches of unevenness, or you can see the lines, start lines, stop lines here. But as it dries, we're looking for that to blend away, right? This one right here is a good example. So, and I guess I should get the little leather pull tab here, just to give it some conditioning, because we don't want it to dry out either. All right, so we're gonna let the leather dry, and it is, oh, I thought it's later than I thought. It's 6:40 p.m. I thought it was closer to 6 before I started the process. So we will check back at 6 on Thursday evening and check out some progress. All right. See, I'm wondering right now if I should, I think I will. I think I'll give it a quick buff. And now it still has the sheen. Yeah, this is working out nicely. So we're going to let this dry for 24 hours, come back and see our progress, see if it has returned to natural color, and then we'll have a little bit of protection against maybe some raindrops, water, and such. So we're moving to, this is called the Zip and Slip. Zip and Slip or Slip and Zip, one of those. I'm not going to treat just yet. I'm not going to treat the inside pen case. I'm going to leave it, actually you can see it's just a tad lighter, just a tad, because it's been inside. So I'm not going to treat this yet. We'll save it as a measuring tool to help compare the before and after. But I'll get the outside. Let me zip this up to help it. There we go. We'll get the outside, flip it over, get the outside, and see if by 6:45 p.m. tomorrow we can return. I need some more for some testing. So this is giving me good practice because my goal is to eventually be able to do this on my large tote. And it's like, well, I have all these smaller pieces that I could really practice on and then work up what not to do. If I want to do straight lines, swirls, or not have these drastic start and stop points, you know, that I'm teaching myself how to do this the best way. And so maybe I'll try, I was thinking my fingertips would be the best to massage the oils, the moisturizer in, and also the instructions said the same thing. So I didn't really want to waste absorbing this quality product into a dry cotton cloth. So, because that would just be a waste of material. And the way I'm doing it now, the leather and my fingers can both benefit from this wonderful natural product. So today was a busy day. I wanted to get started on this project earlier. While I'm rubbing here, I'm going to talk. But I had some installers out to the house, and they were installing a new front door. And I like it. It's really pretty. They had to take down my existing storm door as well and then reinstall it. So their visit was a little longer than they anticipated because it wasn't in their work order, but it should have been. So far here we have the moisturized side, and we have a gleam, a glisten, and then this side. So anyway, it was quite the experience because when they left, it was 105 degrees, but the feels like was 107, and I had to have my front door, once it was removed, it was like I had no cover on my door for 2.5 hours, and until they got everything, even while after they got the door installed, it was still open because they were doing their last minute adjustments. They were doing the storm door installation, and you know, a lot of time with the door open. It was, you know, 2.5 hours, and oh, it got so hot in my house. Middle of the day from like 11 to 2 they were here. But the other thing that I'd forgotten about is the flies. After they left, I just was killing flies, and just even a few minutes ago I was killing more flies. They found their way to the back patio doors where I caught them. So it's just like, I think I killed 20 flies today. It's amazing. All right. So as I'm talking and rubbing, I'm just kind of going over some of the lighter areas or streaky areas that I see might have a lighter coat of the product and just touching that up, but I'm loving this. Okay, and I want to get this seam right here, this corner. Again, I'm avoiding the cloth around the zipper. I don't know. I might have to put this at my bed table and give all my knuckles a good rub down bedtime. This feels really, really nice. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm silly. All right. So we got two pieces here. The zip and slip, or slip and zip. I'm going to look that up because I'm probably saying it wrong. And you can already tell a difference here with the before and after, comparing to the inside of the pin holder of this case. So I like having that as a reference. And we will let these dry for 24 hours, and I will come back and add it to this video and get it posted for you tomorrow, and then I'll begin to work on some other items. And I'm so glad that you are on this journey with me. Oh wow, look, now it's very similar to the honey. Changed it, but we're looking for this color to dry and go back to its original color, and we'll see how that works out. I will see you in 24 hours. So it's 6:48 a.m. I'm sorry that my lighting is different this morning. I don't have any light from the window. So we're checking in at the 12-hour point. I'll be back this afternoon. Hello friends, Marcy here. I'm coming back to give you an update on adding the leather balm, the Galen leather balm to some undyed pieces. And I know I want to check back 24 hours, which I'm about 3.5 hours ahead of that. And this morning I did a little update that you've already seen inserted into the video, just to see what it looked like after 12 hours. The only reason I was waiting for 24 hours is because of recommendations. On here it says leather will absorb the balm immediately and return to natural shade within 24 hours. It hasn't been 24 hours, but I believe it's already back to the natural shade. And just here's a little comparison. So all these items were in a photo together. This is the zip and slip, or slip and zip. I don't know why I can't get that straight. And the wallet, and then the Hobonichi Weeks Mega. They were all similar color prior to adding the leather balm. And when I added it on this item, of course it darkened. And this has not been treated at all. So here we go. And this was an older piece, so it wasn't brand new, so it could have had just a little patina, but the color is back to the natural undyed. The only thing I noticed that's different is this has a tad more of a sheen here than the untreated. It's more of a dull shine, light reflection here, and this is more of a shiny light reflection. So that has to do with the protective oils on the item. But as far as the color has remained consistent. Now, I still expect and desire the patina to happen over time. So I will be treating other items. I will be treating my Weeks cover, my A6, and the old school pen case, which of course in previous videos I've noticed or noted and mentioned that this is a lighter color. So I think this is the one I want to treat next, which it'll be a little bit more work because of the curves and getting around the metal and everything. But again, let me move these aside because I know I will be treating these along with you so you can experience that and then gather some information. Actually, let me open this up a little bit because I treated just the outside. I didn't treat underneath these pockets. So you can see that. All right, and then also in the zip and slip, or the slip and zip, I did not treat the insert. And before, if you remember, before treating this was already lighter because it has always been tucked inside and did not get as much light and attention. So I'm going to keep that as a reference point to the before and after on patina. So just today with you, sharing with me a few minutes, I'm going to add some of the leather balm to this item. This is the 5-pin case, and it is the old school item, old school design, and this tray also slips out. So I'm not going to treat the inside of this tray. I'm going to keep it as a reference point again. The inside and the back of this, I was thinking the back of this was a suede, but it's not. I thought they were the same. The back of this one is a suede. The back of this one is not a suede cover. So, okay, so we will be treating, I'm not going to treat the inside of this cover either, for the simple fact that I don't want to treat this suede portion. So I'm just going to treat the outsides that, for now, that I will expect to patina, and then I'll also cover this and the back, and we will see what happens. I'll come back and do some updates on the video along with you, but I will post this video today because I know some people are anxious to see the result over time, to see how the leather changes or remains the same with the treatment. And my balm is room temperature, kind of solid, so I'm going to warm it with my hands just a bit and tell you about the weather. In my video yesterday, when I started talking about the treatment that I would be doing here, one of the reasons I wanted to treat my leather is because I live in Texas. It's really hot. And yesterday I spoke that we had 20 days over 100 degrees so far. And I was going to mention, and I didn't, that we were 40 days without rain. Yesterday was July 13th, and our last rain event was on June 3rd. So 40 days. So yes, my leather can get hot and dry, and I wanted to give it a little bit of conditioning. And protectant for that reason. So it's going on nicely, really smooth here. And again, the reason I want to start on my smaller pieces is so that when I do apply to my large tote, I have more of a knowledge of the best application process. Whether I use lines or swirls, I want to know what looks the best and gives the most even coat. So I'm in here, I just started my video, and if you can hear my dogs, I start talking and they come in here and they want to see who I'm talking to. So, because no one's home right now. It's just the dogs and I, and they're like, who's here? When I look at this on my table, I'm seeing a really smooth coat with no streaks. But when I look in the camera, it looks kind of dark and light. So what you're seeing and what I'm seeing is kind of just a little bit different. And I tried to keep the lighting the same. Oh, back to the weather. I tried to keep the lighting the same. I wanted to look at it this morning, and I did take a little bit of video and photograph. But I knew it wasn't fair because the lighting was different. It was before daylight, before sunrise, and I was only using artificial light here with my desk lamp. And so with that, I didn't want to film any of the video, but I still do not have bright natural light from my window. And so here's the good news. Yesterday, you know, we were struggling with 40 days no rain, 20 days over 100. My leather's getting dry and I want to protect it. So that was my story yesterday. And wow, this is so strange because when I look at here on my table, I'm not seeing all the dark caramel application streaks there that you can see on the camera. Actually, this has more of a pink tone to it. And on the camera, it looks like caramel. So kind of different. Anyway, I'm going to continue to massage this and rub it in. I still have some more application sites to go. And then again, there is no hard and fast rule of a time period, but it said that it would return to natural color within 24 hours. And in my experience with my other items, it actually happened before that. So back to the weather, which I just want to talk about now, because 40 days of no rain. And then this morning I saw on my Weather Channel app that we had a 50% chance of rain, thunderstorms in the afternoon. And it's like, wow, how exciting. I wasn't aware of that. And it happened before the afternoon. It happened like 4 hours ahead of schedule on the forecast. But oh, it was so dark, it was so windy, the torrential rains dumping tons of water. It was amazing. My lawns got nourished with moisture, and I know I almost closed that, and then I realized that's going to touch that, so I'm going to wait just a bit. I was so excited, and it was such a powerful storm. My power went out, and that doesn't happen to me very often. I live in the country, but we have a very good electricity company, power source. They do well with keeping our power on in storms. Even in that horrendous snowvid that we had in February of 2021, we had power most of the time. It would blink off, but like kickstart within seconds, you know. So anyway, it's been a great weather day here. We actually got some rain, and another funny part of my day was I'm being interrupted by what I'm experiencing with my hands here. This feels so nice. It does. It feels so nice in the hand to touch. This leather balm is really, really, really good. And I'm not going to close that yet. I don't know. Should I treat that? I could. I will. Because I'll be saving this for my before and after. And already you can see a difference here. But this should return to this color after drying for 24 hours. Now, I'm not saying this color will remain for its life, because this undyed leather will patina. It will darken naturally from me handling it and from sunlight. So light and natural oils are going to help enrich the color of this leather. And I don't expect the inside of this tab right here to change much, for the simple fact that it's going to be closed quite often. Now, I plan on using this case for my currently inked pens. The problem is I have currently inked more than 5. And one good thing about that is if I have a currently inked pen, I don't have to put it inside the case every day, because I have it currently inked in my everyday carry Hobonichi Weeks. I have a currently inked that stays in my A6 Hobonichi journal. So those will not make it to this case. All right, now to let this dry, I think I'll stand it on its end like this, just for drying, so that this can get an airflow here. And that looks nice. It feels good too. Really glad I bought this leather balm from Galen Leather to add to their product. Okay, so this is going to dry overnight. I'm not going to say 24 hours this time. I'm just going to say overnight. One thing that I'm excited about, let's see, what other item was I going to? I think I'll go ahead, while I have you with me on film, go ahead and touch on my new A6 folio. I love this. It's so lightweight. It's very lightweight. If I had my digital scale in here, I'd measure it for you. And it's very floppy and comfortable. I'm very, very pleased with this purchase. And the price is like amazing. So I'm going to condition more of my undyed Galen leather. I just noticed my hand here. I got it on both hands. I haven't really paid attention to my process, but then my first strokes on this were swirly. So if that makes a difference after it returns to its normal color, we'll check that out together. Like I said, we're learning this together. We're experiencing this together. Before I invested in my Galen leather undyed tote, I searched and scoured. I'm going to clean this off a little. I want to control what I put on the inside because I'm going to use that again as a reference point. But I searched and scoured videos and other people's experiences with conditioning undyed leather with the Galen leather balm or any other products that they may have. But I wanted to know what I was getting into before I purchased it. And so I couldn't find anyone doing this, what I'm doing here. I wanted some answers and I didn't have any. So I'm giving some answers to you. All right. We're going through this experience together. We're learning, gaining knowledge on this together. All right. And I'm conditioning right now an A6 undyed little, I don't remember the exact terminology on the website, but it is like a folio or cover. A6 undyed. And I'm just going over here where I see some possibly user error application, heavier here and lighter here. So I'm going over again, just kind of even some of this out. And again, on camera, what you see is a lot of scribbly kindergarten art and dark lines and light lines. When I look in the camera, I can really see that, but what I see here on the table in front of me, it's more of an even tone. So just going over, I'm going to let this dry for 24 hours to see if it returns to its natural color. Again, I'm doing all this before I get into the big investment with the tote. So I'm gonna wipe my hands just a bit and turn this over, see if I got any on the inside. My intention was to not, oh, I did. I got some on the inside. And also those little dots right there, I'll just leave those there and see how they serve as a reference point for me. So that's all we're going to condition today. I'm going to go ahead and post this video. The only other two items that I will condition will be the week's mega cover, and then the last item will be my tote. But I'm going to go ahead and get some of this posted for y'all so you can gain some information. And when we come back, maybe I'll name it Conditioning Undyed Galen Leather Part 2. I appreciate you for your time, and I will say be blessed.